This is Jiffy Reviews.
Hi guys, I'm back again with another review. Today we're going to look at the D-Link DCS-5020L wireless network camera. Recently I felt like I needed another camera in our house, basically just because I wanted one. We have cameras outside the house, but if you want to have something inside the house to pan and zoom, you'd have to worry about wires and things like that. So I figured a wireless camera would be the best way to go, an IP cam that I can also look into our phones and look at when we're out and away to make sure everything's okay and still have adequate security in the house. So here we go. I'm going to start with the unboxing, of course. Got this item from Best Buy. So let's see what we have here. Starts with the start here. Actually comes with some drill holes, things like that, I guess, for mounting on the wall if you want to go that route. Warranty. You've got the actual hardware here. This is your IP camera. Now this does allow for Ethernet access as well, but you can go wireless, which is a better option, probably. It gives you an Ethernet cord. We have the power cord. We have a stand and screws. Alright, so let's dig into this thing and see what we got. So the directions provided with the D-Link basically want you to mount this on the wall, but I'm just going to sit this here on top of this subwoofer for now. I want to be able to see a panning of the room here, so for right now I don't know where I want to put this on the wall, so I'm just going to set up here for now until we get it set up. So for the next part of the process, we have to actually go to the website to download the software in order to get started. So let's see how that goes. So I'm here at the My D-Link site. The next step tells me to go ahead and download the software to set up. Let's see if I can find that. Looks like they have the links for the apps here for the either if you have iPhone, Apple, Google, or Windows Phone. You can go ahead and download the software to your phone. But we need the, I think we need the PC software first. Let's click on the support page. Alright, we have the DCS 5020L. This is our router right here. Windows setup. Okay, so English start. Checking for some updates. We'll accept the verbiage, yada yada. Okay, please follow the instructions to connect to your cloud camera. Okay, looks like I have to get the camera actually from where I have it sitting and actually plug it into the computer first. Alright, so I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so the instructions were a little bit hazy here. It actually wanted you to plug in the Ethernet cord to the router in order to get the network information set up with the camera. But in the instructions didn't mention anything about wireless and WPS, which this is equipped for. It has a WPS button on it. So instead of going the trouble with the Ethernet cord and the router, I just ran over to my router, hit the WPS button, came over here, hit the WPS on the camera, and it found the information, of course, and it all synced up. So I'm not sure why the instructions didn't go into that at all. It doesn't even give you the option here, so it kind of was just like trial and error for me, but I'd rather go that route than dealing with bringing this over to the router, which I house somewhere else in the house, just to get this to the information it needs. So we're all set up, WPS. You can see here, I've got the green light on here, and that's the indication that you have a signal to the camera. So I'm all set there. The next screen here in the instructions it's found my camera on my network. So I'm going to go ahead and select that camera. And it wants me to enter a password to secure your camera. So go ahead and hit next. It's saving my password. Okay, so we got everything set up finally, and looks like it connected to the camera from the website. You can see here. It appears to have sound, but I think it's interfering with the computer, so I'm going to keep that off for now, and then I'll move this to another location and show you guys that later to see if I can hear sound. But for now, it is pretty nice. I'm moving it manually. I want to see if we can pan and zoom with this thing here. Yes, and right from the app I can make it move. That is nice. So there we have it. We've got it all installed. What I'm going to do is going to set it up over where I want it to be, and I'm going to then try to install the app on my tablet and see how that goes. Okay, so now we've got it all set up on the computer. We've got the camera set up with the network. It's sitting in its location. So I'm going to go ahead and try to install this on the phone and my tablet to see how it looks. It appears that the actual tablet version, in order to have widescreen, it's a 99-cent app, whereas it's free for the phone. I went ahead and paid the 99 cents because I want to see what it looks like on here on the tablet big screen. So I'm going to go ahead and install these. Looks like it needs us to sign in. And it's just giving you some instructions here for how the app works. Pinch and zoom, night view, motion and sound detection, two-way audio. So it does do two-way audio. Nice. Okay. And it has already found my camera right here, the DCS-5020. And that sound, I believe it's because we're so close to it, whereas the speaker for this is right next to the microphone for that, and I just feel like it's interfering. I'm going to have to try this from another room to make sure that that doesn't happen all the time. But as you can see, it connected to my camera. My dogs are sitting on my couch. So I'm going to try a couple of these. Alright, so as I'm pressing it, it's panning the room. Go up and down. It's pretty responsive. Let's see what a couple of these buttons do. Looks like I can take a photo shot there. Night mode. Nice. Change this back to auto. See if I recognize it as nighttime. It did, okay. And then we can go full screen here. Alright, so it looks pretty responsive. You can rename the camera here. Motion detection and sound detection, you can, enable those. Alright, so let me see how the installation for the phone goes. I wonder if I can connect to both the camera at the same time on two different apps. This will be the test here for that. Go ahead and sign in here. Okay, so go ahead and select that. And I wonder, so it does connect, even though we're already connected to the tablet. I wonder if I can try to do some movements here. And it does, it moved on both screens. That's nice. So if you have multiple users in the house, you don't have to worry about both of them connecting at one time because it apparently works. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this a little while, give it some heavy testing and let you know my thoughts. So here we have the first test. I am actually away this weekend, went to go see some friends out of town, so I want to log into the camera and see if I can see what's going on at home, which should be nothing. Alright, so let's see here. Open the My D-Link app. And I'm going to go ahead and click on my camera here. And there we go. It connected right to the camera with very little lag time on there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this widescreen so I can see it. So it looks pretty good. The quality is not terrible. It's not like very pixelated or grainy or anything. I want to go ahead and see if I can pan it around from here. I've noticed that you have to hit these buttons just right, there it is, for it to actually register. There we are. I can check on home, being away from home. Alright guys, I'm back with my final impressions on the camera. I did some heavy testing over the past weekend, over the past week that I've had the camera, so I just want to give you my thoughts. There's some good things about it, and I think some things that need improvement. I was actually out of town this past weekend, so I was able to log into the app being hundreds of miles away and see what was going on at the house to make sure I could still get into the camera without any issues. I had no issues whatsoever. I was able to log in very quickly. It brought up the camera, no lag time. The picture itself, it's not the best picture, but it's not terrible either. It's not very pixelated. I can see clearly what's going on at the day and nighttime views. It was very responsive, so I had no issues there. My only concern with the actual app itself is that the pan and tilt buttons on the app are not very responsive. When you press the buttons, there's a big lag time if it recognizes your button pressing at all. A lot of the times it didn't recognize that I was trying to send a command. It just didn't pick it up, and so the camera didn't do anything. I think it's more of an issue with the app itself and not the actual camera. Because it's an IP cam, I can actually bring this camera into other apps, third-party apps that use IP camera technology as well. So within Android itself, there's an app called IP Cam Viewer that I like to use for the other cameras I have in my house. I brought those cameras together along with this camera itself, and the pan and tilt feature is much more responsive within this app. As you see here, and I'm pressing the buttons, it immediately responds. There's no lag time, no issue whatsoever with that. So I definitely believe it's an issue with the actual D-Link app, which is not very responsive to the buttons you press for the pan and tilt, and not the actual camera itself. I'm actually going to use this third-party software from now on. I'm just not going to use D-Link software because this is just much more intuitive, and I can just add my other cameras with it as well that are not D-Link. So I have all my cameras in one spot. I don't have to go to two different apps to see what's going on in my house. So I think I'm just going to use third-party software. One thing I did also notice about the app itself through D-Link is that when you have the sound detection feature turned on, it's way too sensitive. When I was away this past weekend, I kept getting alerts that there was sound detected at the home. I have an alarm system within my house as well, so I know that there wasn't anyone in the house. No other alarms went off. No other motion detections within my alarm system, but I kept getting alerts from the camera that there was sound being heard within the house. So I kept logging into the app, seeing what's going on, make sure no one was here, but it was just, for whatever reason, it was picking up something, it kept sending me alerts. So I definitely believe that the initial setting for the sound detection is way too sensitive, but if you log into the app itself, online, under advanced settings, there's a way to tweak the sensitivity for the sound. And you definitely need to do that, just because it could be picking up birds outside for all I know, or a car driving by. For whatever reason, you don't want to be freaked out by a noise it's hearing, telling you it's hearing something in the room when it's not actually in the room. So definitely do that, play with some tweaking of the settings like that. I also really like the pan feature on the camera itself. You can actually go from the entire room from side to side. It doesn't do 360, but it goes all the way to the back on one side, and then you have to turn it around to go all the way to the back on the other side. It won't just keep turning, but it gives you a very wide view of the room itself. I can see from side to side the entire room, and I loved it. I also like that this camera is actually a Wi-Fi extender. If you have a dead spot within your home or just need more coverage, it acts as an extender by logging into your router as well, and then just repeating that signal for you if you need it to log into this as an extender. So I did set that up, had no issues whatsoever. You can either leave it as your current router's login information, or you can actually set it up to have a different, SSID name with a different username and password. And again, that's in the advanced settings on the website of the app itself. The computer software is very nice. If you can see here on this computer, I have it already set up over here. You actually can have a view of actually 32 different cameras on this app itself if you have 32 different D-Link cameras. So you can see, all your cameras all at once. It does motion detection and recording. So if you can set it up as if someone walks in the room, it'll immediately start recording to your computer, and that you can pull it up at any time and see what's going on. Or you can set it to record within certain hours every day. If I want to record between 5 and 7 daily, it can do that as well. You can set up a schedule. The only thing about this software itself, it is proprietary for D-Link only. I tried to set up my other cameras within the computer software here, and it won't even connect to it. I guess because it's not a D-Link camera, it keeps saying, it can't connect to the camera. So basically, you have to use this for only D-Link cameras that you have in your home. I'm going to look for some third-party software that maybe I can use to bring all my cameras together for the computer side. This particular camera model does not have an SD slot on it. I know some of its cameras on their website boast that it has an SD slot that you can use for local recording. I personally don't need that for my needs, because once you have the software on your computer, as I said, you can use that to motion detect and to record at any time. And it actually uses, the hard drive on the computer, which is much bigger than probably the card you would put in the camera anyway. So for my needs, I don't really need the SD card slot, but just be aware there are cameras out there that do have that from D-Link. This also does not have two-way audio. Some of the cameras and even the app itself boasts that it's capable of doing two-way audio, but you have to have a camera that's capable of that. This particular model does not do two-way audio. So final thoughts on this camera. I really like the camera a lot. Like I said, it's not the top of the line, but it's not the bottom of the barrel either. Right now it's on sale for $99 at Best Buy. I know Amazon currently listed for $129, and D-Link also has it for $129 on their website. But as of May 25th, Best Buy does have it on sale for $99. So it's a nice affordable camera for your home if you need to upgrade to a wireless camera with Wi-Fi capability and able to log in remotely. It serves the purpose very nicely. When you log in, as I said, the picture is not super clear, but it's not pixelated either. So it's a very solid camera. If I had to give it a scale out of 1 out of 10, this would be a Jiffy Factor 8, just because of the D-Link's website and their app itself. I don't really like their app, but if you actually play with it and you get it to work with third-party apps and basically get everything working the way you want it to get working, it's a very solid camera. So definitely would recommend it, especially as a first-time camera. So let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions or concerns at the bottom, I'll go ahead and try to respond to those. Otherwise, subscribe and you'll see more videos coming soon. I'm actually going to try a couple of different versions of IP cameras as well and see how that works as well. Otherwise, thanks for viewing.
This is Jiffy Review.
Jiffy, you can't get love. Jiffy.